Okay, I just want to give you a quick update on where we are with property and furniture for WorkShore. And I don't want to take too long on this. It's a 3-minute walk around, 4-minute walk around of one of the properties we've looked at for the project to give you an insight into the work that needs to be done and how early stage we are. We don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. I want everybody to have a complete understanding of where we are with this project. So I'm going to share a screen with you now, and I'm going to take you on a walk through one of the properties that we've looked at. So this property is right in the centre of Newcastle. It's on Main Street. As you can see, it has been empty for a while. It's not derelict, but it certainly is in need of renovation. And that's what we will be intending to do for the whole of October. So if we secure this property, the idea would be that it is fully painted and decorated and new carpets would be put down. This back room, the small room at the back, would be converted into one of our smaller offices. So there'll be 3 small private offices. The kitchen will be completely refurbed. I know the video doesn't give the sense of it, but it is actually a relatively big kitchen, and the intention would be that people would be able to pull up a stool and have a coffee and a chat, and it will look somewhat different from what you can actually see in the video. This is the largest of the 3 smaller offices, effectively. What we would intend is that these offices would have their own locking doors, and this is where the permanent desks would be. So when you have a desk in one of these smaller offices, you will know who you're in the office with. It won't be like a shared desk or the hot desking space. This will be a lockable office. It may not be one of your team or your company that's in the office with you, but you'll certainly know who is in there with you, and you would have your own key to that office. This space up here will be used for 2 things. First of all, it will be used for the hot desking and or shared desk space. And in the evenings after closing time, which is 6:30, it may be used for events. So the desks that are available here will be portable, and after 6:30 it would be available for events. This space on the top floor would be for non-shareable desks, essentially. And what would happen with the 6 or 7 desks that we would put up here is that you would you'd book them for a month, up to a month. And when you've booked one of these permanent desks, you will be the only person that will be at that desk. It will not be shared in any way. So even if you're not there, nobody else will sit at or use the desk. Maybe what that would mean is that you could leave your PC behind, or you could have a lockable cabinet or something that means you don't have to take everything every evening. And the reason for using this upstairs space for that is there's no reason for you to be up there. There's no reason for you to come up that final flight of stairs unless you have one of those private permanent desks, effectively. Whereas the desks on this floor, if you're not there, even if you've got essentially a private desk, or a shared desk, as we're describing a shared desk. If you're not there, if we know you're not going to be there, potentially it could be used as a hot desk. And with the hot desks, you take the seat that you're given effectively, and you only have it for the period of time that you're actually there. This space here would be used for hot desks and shared desks. Essentially, a difference between a hot desk and a shared desk is with a hot desk, you book it the evening before. You only have to have it for a couple of hours if you want. You can book it literally for hours. But if you get up and walk away, you go out for a coffee or something, take your laptop with you. When you come back, there could be somebody else sitting in that seat. With a hot desk, you sit in the seat when you're sitting on it. And if that seat's gone when you come back, you just sit in another hot desk seat. With a shared desk, you book the desk for a period of days. It's not for an hour at a time, or when you get up, you wouldn't expect somebody else to be coming and sitting up when you come back. However, if you're not in the shared space, or you're not getting on a particular day, even though you may have paid for it, if you're not there, it's going to be used by someone else. Obviously, we would know in advance when people are coming in or not, and if hot deskers are coming in and they're using your desk, they'll be asked to move off it before you arrive. That space up there would also be used for events and stuff as well in the evening. Now, It doesn't take a rocket scientist to work out that there's not a huge amount of profit in this, but I'll go through some of the sums with you to give you an idea. The rent of this place is £13,000 a year. Painting is going to cost about 4,000, we're guessing. Carpeting, about £2,000. Installing the white Wi-Fi, you're looking at heat and light. Refurbing the kitchen is another £2,000 each. And the desks, we're getting them in. It's going to talk about, for each desk, bookcase and chair that you put in, you're talking about £300. So essentially the annual cost in the first year is about £30,000 running this place. And if you take an average desk rent of 120, that's probably maybe generous if there's more hot deskers than there are full-time desks. But say for example, you get £120 a month on 25 desks. You're talking about £36,000 in total. And that's if you're completely full all the time. That's obviously not going to happen. So it's not a profit project. This is essentially very much a passion project. It's to test to see if anybody would come along to a venue like this and use hot desks, shared desks, or permanent desks in a co-working space, and to see if we can build a community around the idea. Okay, I think that's enough for now. It hopefully gives you some insight into the way we're working with it. And just to give you an idea, so in case you're wondering what the desks and chairs are going to look like, we would hope to give people a degree of privacy at their desk by giving each desk one of these bookcases. The tables will be portable, so they'll be effectively the trellis-based table, but maybe a good size. And everybody will obviously have a wee chair to sit in. As well as that, you'll have your super fast Wi-Fi, and we would have hoped at some stage to have a high quality printer and scanner for everybody to use over the Wi-Fi network as well. Okay, guys, that's enough. I'm trying to keep these short and sweet. I don't want them to go on for too long. Obviously, if you can support the project, there is a GoFundMe. Try and contribute towards that if you can, and there will be benefits for people who do support the GoFundMe. There is desk time and all available in reciprocation of that. And if you have any questions, support, or you know anybody that could potentially help, if you want to volunteer time, blood, sweat, and tears to help us get this off the ground, that would all be very gratefully accepted. Guys, I will be back tomorrow with another little update, but I hope that's enough to keep us going for now.